Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special episode of Ted the Booze Cellar. I'm here with our good old friend Phil. His voice is a bit croaky today, so he is a bit quiet. Do give him a bit of slack on that. And we're in the mighty land of Deutschland, or Germany, and Phil has been very helpful in helping me find my place here, just for a brief, short trip. Because I am rubbish with directions and I don't speak a lick of German, so that's very good for me. We're here today to review something that you have been telling me about for a while. It's very German, very stereotypically German, but it also sounds quite nice. And it's something that I haven't reviewed for a while, which is a wine. So why don't you introduce it as much as you can, considering your voice problems at the moment?
Okay, well this is called Federweisser, which means feather white. And it's a white wine, a white sparkling wine. In fact, it is so sparkling that the cap on the bottle is loose. So it's not an airtight seal, so if I were to let it lie down, it would pour out.
And because of that, you famously cannot import it, or export it rather.
Yeah.
It has to be drunk domestically.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would be very rare to find it sort of outside Germany. Yeah. And it says on the top, stehend lagern, which means store it standing up. Because, yeah, if you close it tight, the bottle will explode.
Although, your mum did say a couple of times in the past when she's gone to the shops to buy this that unsuspecting and inexperienced staff members have put it on the side down, and then that causes a right old mare later down the line.
And when I was a child, I poured my mum a glass of Federweisser and then put this back in the fridge, and I put the cap on tight. Fortunately, about 10 minutes later, she opened the fridge again and sort of tried it and found that it was tight and unscrewed it, otherwise it would have blown up in the fridge.
God, so it's literally going to act like a gas fuse bomb.
Pretty much, yeah.
And if you were to do that, would it potentially even break the glass and cause it to shatter and such?
Yeah, it would shatter the bottle, yeah.
Oh, Christ, really?
That's how strong it sparkles. It's also incredibly sweet. So you don't realise how strong it is. It is quite strong. I'm trying to see... right,
I'd imagine it's probably in the region of 10 to 20%, right? So
probably, right, 1 litre. Okay, 10.5%.
Oh.
So it's not that strong, but because of how sweet it is, it's just like sort of grape juice. You don't realise how strong it is.
Yeah, there's a few Yiddish wines out there that are quite sweet, and so you don't get a feel for how strong they are, and then you look on the back of the bottle and it's about 20%, and you're like, oh, God. But yeah, let's see. The design of the bottle is not super classical, but I do like it. It's got some nice, sort of very mellow, sort of neutral colours. You've got a bit of sort of autumn yellow, a bit of green, a bit of beigeish white. And the design of the writing is nice. The gold is a bit hard to make out, but generally it's a nice looking bottle and design. So I'd give that, I'd say, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean... it's not one of the super high-end ones, but, the thing about it is it's so seasonal that, it's just like something that alcohol companies might make on the side. Yeah. Because you can't sort of store it for ages because it's got to be left open.
We are about halfway through October, so this is kind of the prime time for drinking this anyway. Yeah. So let's have a quick sniff at it.
Right, go for it.
Carefully. Don't want to pop my head off.
It's fine.
Well,
yeah,
I was going to... Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. You can really feel the pressure when you're unscrewing this. But then it sort of gently comes off, so... Ooh! Wow, that's quite a nose.
Yeah.
Very, very much sort of smells like... Hang on. Yeah, very much smells, actually, literally just like a nice, simple white grape juice and sparkling water. It's remarkably simple of a nose. It's got a slightly tart after smell, but no, that's a really good nose. That's I'd say it's 10 out of 10, honestly, because it doesn't overstay its welcome either. It's just in and out, very simple, very refreshing, very good, and it smells a little bit more fragrant and vibrant than a lot of other sort of autumnal drinks. So I'd give the nose a 10. Yeah,
I mean I would agree with that so far. Yeah, because obviously it's it's very fruity as well. Yeah, it's almost like a sort of alco pop almost. It's just that. It's like sort of grape ape in America, or one of these, or sort of grape soda. It's very grapey. I mean, with many wines, it's more sort of wine smell. This is more grape smell.
Yeah.
Well, shall we pour?
Yeah, let's pour it into the glass and give it a proper nose and taste test. Right. It's still a 10 out of 10 in the glass, but it's definitely a bit of a different smell. So, in the glass, it actually smells like a cross between that grapey soda smell I was describing, and then also almost like an apple pastry.
Exactly. I was just thinking, it smells like a cider. It smells like a pear cider.
Yeah, it's either a pear cider or like a sort of like a mixed fruit, like strudel or something like that.
Yeah.
It's really unique. Nice.
So you should probably treat this as a strong cider.
Yeah, sort of kind of a halfway point between a cider and a white wine. Yeah.
It's extremely refreshing if you've got a warm autumn day or something, and then this is the best drink for that.
All right. Well, anyway, I think we'll only know what this sucker tastes like until we taste it. So, bottom it up.
Cheers.
Wow, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a little bit overpoweringly sweet to begin with. Once you properly digest it and sort of swallow it down, and like sort of like really sort of take it in, it's not too bad. But that initial rush of sweetness is quite powerful. So do proceed with caution if you're not a sweet tooth. But I think, let me try just sipping it. If you're sipping it, it is a little bit easier to manage. It's more like drinking sort of tart syrup if you're sort of just sipping it down. But either way, it's nice. Like, yeah, if you're just drinking it down, it has like the texture of like a elderflower cordial, as well as the aftertaste of one as well, actually. And it's got like the main through line. Again, just feels like a nice, simple white grape juice. I would say it is a little that on the initial sweetness is a bit overpowering. But generally speaking, I think like that's just more my personal taste, really. It's nothing against the design of the drink itself.
It's almost like a sparkling sherry in that way.
Yeah.
I would describe it as just a sort of very grape-like flavour. It's a very simple flavour, but a nice one.
Yeah, so I think the texture is quite nice as well. I wish there was just a bit more fizz. Just a little bit, not too much, but generally speaking, this is nice. This texture is smooth, and sort of like the end of it isn't too muddled to like sort of mess up the flavour at all. Literally the only thing I'd improve about the texture is increasing the fizz by about 40-50%, and then the flavour is honestly pretty much flawless. The only thing again I would just change is just that initial bit of sweetness. I'll just balance it throughout a little bit, because I imagine some people might be put off by how sweet it is to start with, but like I said, once you do sip it down a few times, it's not so much of a problem. So I will give this...
I'm going with 8 out of 10, personally.
I'm gonna go 8.25. Yeah, this is probably in the region of somewhere between 8 to 8.5. So I'm gonna go 8.25.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, regarding the fizz, just note, as I say, it's left open because otherwise the bottle will explode.
That's true, yeah.
And the thing is, like I say, it's so seasonal. It depends. It varies week by week, as well as sort of brand by. I mean, this isn't the super high end stuff that would be a bit fizzier, but this is also we're sort of just approaching the end of the window where it's sort of, the real Federweisser season. So sort of late August is a bit too early. Mid October we're sort of approaching the end of it. Maybe if we had something 3 weeks earlier, it might have been a bit fizzier. Who knows?
But still, I think 8 to 8.25 is more than respectable. So yeah, to but how do you say
Badischer.
Badischer. To Badischer, you have made a very fine Federweisser, and very much appreciated. So yeah, if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Brew Cellar, let us know in the comments section down below. And if you want to check out any of my social medias or any of Phil's as well, then please check out the video description down below as well. But until next time, have fun, stay safe for whatever you're doing, don't do anything we wouldn't do, drink responsibly, know your limits, travel safely, and we'll see you guys next time at the bar on Ted's Brew Cellar. What's the German word for...
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Pet.
You have to make a reference to some rubbish comedy every blooming time.